Hello and welcome to or back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on this BMW R1150GS fuel tank. I'm going to be servicing the fuel filter. I'll be looking at the fuel pump. I'm actually going to be changing the whole sender unit over because in this tank it is broken. I have done some footage before on this and I lost it all. It absolutely terrible. It went mad. But I've managed to salvage some, so I'll be flicking to and from that footage in this video. And I'll also be showing you what happens when a stud snaps and how you can rectify it. Let's just jump straight in there and get on with it. What is the first thing on my channel that I always say I have to do? Yep, that's it. Ah, it's good, isn't it, eh? Oh. Better. Okay, let's get on with it. So I need to take all these little stubs off. Yes, you can see that they are new. I've already done this and lost a lot of footage. And I'm going to keep saying that probably throughout this video because I am so gutted. So, first things first. First things first. I always say that, don't I? I always say first things first. I mean, first things first was getting my gloves. Now first things first is also doing this. I'm talking about multiple things, people. Yes, I am. I'm talking about multiple things whilst I'm just rambling on here. I bet you this is the size that I have not got. I know it will be. Because I always have the size 10 missing, and it's an 8, isn't it? Right, so first thing first. I'm just going to crack these off. In fact, this is going to take a while, isn't it? Let me go get my Dakadak. Oh! Oh, what's the other thing I need? My most favourite thing that I love. Have you guessed it again? Have you guessed it? Alright. Ah, dear. I am such a clown. In the video that you were supposed to see, this stud here I snapped, and a couple of you out there had cleverly, and I commend you for that, spotted that I had snapped it. I think it was in my chunky lady video. Well, I tell you the story so far, and you noticed it on a short clip. Well done to you. If it wasn't for you, I was going to go, oh, do you know what, I'll scrap all that footage and just be done with the tank and not show it. But you asked, and I'm giving it to you. Get these out. You've got to take off, I'm going to show you here, the 2 breather pipes, okay? So I'm going to get these 2 breather pipes off just for now. I did replace them, which I'll show you throughout this video. I got some new hoses. One and two. Right, let's pull this out. Okay, so let me quickly show you what was wrong with this one, okay? Yeah, can you see that solder on that blue wire? An absolute mess, right? And these other wires here, there, they all cracked and perished. I was going to try and rewire it, but unfortunately that right there made me go, I'm not happy with that. So I decided not to, and I thought what I'd do is I'll buy a new unit where it looks like it's in much better condition. So since I got that, I was like, right, I will quickly show you guys how I will normally do a service. Ah, do you like my hoodie, by the way? I'll quickly show you a very quick clip just now of one of my best mates giving it to me, and yeah, anyway, there it is. Now let's quickly talk about this stud, okay? You will see that that is not normal, right? Not like the others. I'm going to quickly show you how I did that. So the first thing that I done was I made sure I flattened that off, okay? I got a little Dremel and I just flattened that off. And then I got a drill, hole punched the centre. Then I drilled down the correct diameter of the stud I want to put in so that it's the same size, okay? So I put this stud screw in, bam, like that, and then did the whole squeezy pulley and crimped that in between there, whilst at the same time around the edge, as I put that in there, put a little bit of, oh my god, JD Weld. Yes, I know, how bad, but it's done the trick. It works. That's in like that. Then I got a long enough bolt, put it on the inside with JB Weld, covered all on that, by the way. And as that's in there, right, on the inside, I screw this up into there, okay? And I keep screwing. Let's fast forward this. Now remember, all this will be crimped up in there, okay? And then I'll put that up like that, bam, like that. And then what I do is I put a little bit more JD Weld just around the outside, on the outside, just to seal and double seal and everything like that. I'll make sure as well I put a span on the inside and I tightened this up enough. And now that was like that. I let that dry for about a day. And then I'll come back and voila, it's done. So that is how I did that. However, to be honest with you, after doing this, I found a stud welding tool. Now, if I was to do this again, what I would have done is I would have just folded it down, okay, with my Dremel, made it flat, got this stud welding gun, okay. It's basically got a stud and then it has an element on the end of the stud that welds itself onto there. It arcs, right, and it welds straight onto there. I wish I had that tool. If I had that tool, that would have been a game changer. That's how I would have done it, and that's how I would have guaranteed that I'd never ever get a leak from this spot. Ever. Because, to be honest with you, I feel this is a little bit risky. I know it's going to work, but could it ever mess up again? That is my issue. Will it start leaking in the middle of an adventure? It hasn't so far, but there's always a possibility. So that's what I would have done if I would have to do that again. Can't do anything about it now because I've drilled a hole. Maybe I could weld the hole shut again and build it up and grind it off and redo that. But I'll only do that if this fix ever breaks loose again, which I doubt it will, because once it's tight on there, I'm not going to move it again or touch it. I hope that's answered your question. I'm sorry if that was a little bit long. I have edited this to try and shorten that down. I'm contemplating on swapping over the fuel pumps. I know that my one works, but this one here looks quite a bit older. Do you know what? If that becomes an issue in the future, I've got a spare one. I can replace it over, can't I? So sod it. I'm not going to take this apart. I'm going to do that. The only thing I am going to change over is the fuel filter. I want to take this off, don't I? So this should come off easy because this was brand new. And when I undone this the first time, I'll quickly show you. It went everywhere, look. You'll see. I have got new set. So I would have put it on there, but I can reuse these ones that are on here. So I'm going to reuse them. Now I want to make sure that I put it in the right way. So this pipe is the out. And how you can tell what way is out is because it will feed out into this pipe. So you'll see there's two pipes. You can see that this pipe leads to this one. This one coming out of the tank is out. This other one where you see in the center that goes just there, yeah, that goes to this tube here that's open, and that's the fuel return. Okay, that comes back in to the tank. I'm also going to replace this old seal. I have been told that this whole unit is a working unit. So I'm gonna place that there. Feed the hoses back through. Don't want that anymore. Voila! This filter is directional. You can see this because it has an arrow on the side. So you have to make sure that that arrow is pointing towards the flow going out. Now that is there. I want to get my little crimping tool here and just squeeze. And then the same that side, just squeeze. I am going to pull off these breather hoses because I do not want them on there. Because I am going to use the new ones that I've put on there. And I will quickly show you, before putting this in, to replace these breather lines, how to do that on the top. So let's go over to that. So this is a part of the old footage here you're about to watch. Yeah, bad audio and bad lighting. I know. You can see how things have improved now because this was filmed ages ago. But I start by taking off the fuel cap and pulling out the breather unit. What have they done here? Oh, looks like there's a pipe within a pipe. I'm just going to look around to see if there's any splits or anything. There's a split at the top there. And also I think because of the bad fuel that was sitting in there, it was vaping out and has affected the back end. I think that's why it's probably stained as well. Old fuel, it is not good, it destroys everything. Yeah, this hose here is not good. Well, this could have caused me some problems down the line. I think I'm going to have to cut that off. Ugh. Yeah. That's not good. Well, that's one issue out of the way. I am sure though I'm going to find more. This bike just keeps on giving. Let's try to follow that. Push that all the way in. There you go, and then I'll get a clip onto there. Alright, now I've put these on, I'm gonna put it back on the tank. So just move everything around a little bit, so hang on before I put it back on the cleanest channel.
Oh, that was so bad. But yeah, we're gonna get onto the good stuff in a minute. Since you've made it this far, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, why not subscribe?
Right, now I showed you that, and we have our lines installed. I made it a little bit longer, okay, than the originals, because it just makes it easier for me to put everything back together whilst it's in there. So it'd be a little bit fiddly. It's one of those ones which is very hard to film, but I'll try my best. What are your thoughts on this? Is there anything else that I should really be doing and attending to right now, or checking? Put it down in the comments and let me know. I'll have a look at what you've got to say about it. What I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to run over to the bike and I'm going to plug this in just to make sure that this fuel pump does work. I think that's a good idea. Let's just plug this in here. Okay. Put my fuel sender to full to make sure that that's working. Yes, I do have another project. You all will get to see that soon in between doing this. So I will be swapping from that to this, and I have another bike as well. Oh, yeah, that definitely went whoop. Listen. And I heard the tsh as well, so it is creating pressure. It says I have no fuel. It's slowly going up. Slowly going up. I want to make sure it goes to pretty much full, and then I'll bring it all the way down again. Right, now that's reading full, I'm going to take it all the way down. In fact, I'm going to do it about midway. Starting to come down again. Should stop at about midway. Okay, so it's not going down anymore, so that is halfway. Now I'm pulling it all the way down to empty. Fuel lights just come on. That's really good. Come on, let's see that one bar disappear. Yes, okay. This is all working. I was doubting that for a second. I know that the person I got this off did say it was all good, and yep, they are right. It is all good. I am really happy with that. Oh, good, 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 good. I'm going to get my two hoses here. Flip this round. Put that in there. A little bit tricky, but I will do my best to show you all. Oh, bloody hell, I keep dropping that down there. I'm going to do this one first, since it keeps dropping down there. I'm trying my best for you guys to see at the same time. This is not easy. It is easy enough to do. What's not easy is trying to get the right angle to make sure my hands are not in the way. That's what's not easy. So that you can see, because right now I'd be holding this and not trying to show you, so I'd be holding it like that, but you guys can't see. So I'm trying to just position it so that everybody can see. There you go. Not that I'm complaining, because I love making these videos. I love it. There you are. So that's all done for you guys. That's how you put that back in. It's like pretty simple. Oh, I heard my dog bark. I think my missus has come back home. Make sure I've got my seal in there properly. Yep, I have the seal, new rubber seal in there properly. Now if you wonder how this goes in, all you do is you just line the flat bit up, okay, with this curve here. Right, because you don't want that coming around like that, the flat bit, you want clearance. That's how you know with that. And then what I did is I got a washer. It didn't have washers before, but I decided I will put a washer on, and a new lock nut. I'll just speed this up. So I make sure if I do them up with my Dacadac that I don't do them up tight, that I have enough left to play with my hand. See, that was a damaged one and it's absolutely fine. Now you don't have to do these up massively tight. Okay, just hand tight, you just pinch it enough, you know. Now, because these are old and on my old one, these were new. Sorry, I went up a little bit quiet there. I was kind of in my own little world thinking. I was just, yeah. This one off. La-di-da-di-da. Stop it. Now don't put that in there, you stupid. I ordered some bolts for this, didn't I? So I am now going to replace those bolts because I have got them. Now when it comes to this tank, I will advise that you do just put a little bit of copper slip in there, okay? These are known for seizing up. This came with a pack, so I might as well use the stuff that came with a pack. Now I don't normally lock copper slip bolts, but that's mainly bolts that I don't want coming out. These ones, because they're gonna be in the rain's gonna seep down in there all the time, it's more likely these tiny little bolts are gonna get corroded. Oh, you're driving home?
Yes.
Okay.
Finally.
Okay. What the hell was that?
That was me. Being a Dobby.
Being a Dobby.
Dobby. Dobby has no master.
My missus is crazy. 6, 7. That's it. Everyone's just unsubscribed to my channel. 6, 7. Oh my god. Oh. If you enjoyed this video and you're new here and you want to know the true story of this bike, then why not check out this video? It takes you back right to the beginning. Or if you want to watch the full series of this, just check out the playlist over here. Now, you ride safe and goodbye for now.